Hey there, it's Chris Cashman at Occidental Square checking out the new free FIFA fan zone for World Cup. Some fans are here. Who you rooting for?
Mexico!
Ah, I see. We got a lot to talk about tonight on Evening. Steven Spielberg's highly anticipated movie Disclosure Day hits the big screen this weekend, and we have the preview. And it's the largest celebration of craft beer in Washington.
It's called Pilgrimage. It's a Bavarian-style Hefeweizen.
Let's do our cheers.
Cheers.
Plus, a taste of Seattle history paired with one of the best bagels in the city.
And welcome to Evening from Seattle's original neighborhood, Pioneer Square. I'm Chris Cashman. Got to make sure my kit looks just right. My friends from the home team set me up a little bit of Sounders, Reign FC, USA Soccer, because FIFA Frenzy is building. World Cup is underway. In this place, Occidental Square has been transformed into my favorite kind of party, a free fan zone. All you have to pay is attention.
Yeah, we have taken over the entirety of Occidental Mall. Yeah, we're at the home team. We're super excited to be hosting free viewing parties for every single match that's happening through July 19th, starting today with Mexico. We just feel like people, all of us can afford to be in the stadium, and so we just want the city of Seattle to have the opportunity to really be included in kind of the frenzy and the activities that are happening in Pioneer Square. We're so proud to be a part of. We have tons of tables and chairs, a beer garden. We've worked with the Intentionalists to create QR codes because that direct people to a website to support all the locally owned businesses in Pioneer Square and Chinatown International District. So you can go to those restaurants, grab some to-go food, sit down at one of our tables and enjoy the match with, other fans.
This would be an opportunity to make money. You chose not to. Why?
Yeah, I think that not everything has to be about capitalism. It can also just be about creating community, and the city of Seattle is amazing, and we're really proud of being a part of it and being a part in this historic district. And also on days that there's going to be games at the stadium, we are just blocks away. People that really want to be close to the energy, we will be out here streaming the game, celebrating with the people that are just right down the street.
So fun. You don't have to love soccer to love a spectacle. Come be a part of the free fan zone. And yes, they do have a beer garden, but maybe you want to go even bigger, like the largest celebration of craft beers in Washington State, where you can taste over 75 craft brews. Jose tasted 3 of them. Here's his report.
When it comes to craft beers, we are very lucky in Washington State, with plenty of options and good ones, that is. Today, I'm checking out 3 of them, and for this tour, I invited my friend Venus. And why? Well, she knows a lot about beers.
So what's our first stop?
We are headed to Holy Mountain, or
Okay.
actually we are.
All right, after you.
I chose it because Holy Mountain's been around for a really long time, and they make phenomenal beer.
We started January 2014. For us, we're a bunch of metalheads and film nerds and stuff like that.
Owner Colin took the time to show us around.
The trains are also pretty cool too, to sit here and watch the trains go by. Come on back. So yeah, we're in the back cellar area of the brewery right now. We do a lot of our packaging here, canning, bottling. So we're gonna go try a sample off the tank right now. We're about ready to release this beer this week. It's called Pilgrimage. It's a Bavarian-style Hefeweizen.
Let's do our cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. This lager that we're about to have, Second Death.
There you be.
All right, this is it. The true moment.
Just what I was hoping for, a delicious Helles-style lager. Now, moving on.
Our next spot is Bazaar Brewing. We're in Magnolia, and we're here because Bazaar Brewing makes really fabulous malt-forward beers.
We're focused on doing a lot of characterful, lower ABV styles. Most of our beer is going to be under 6% alcohol.
On our visit, I tried their Black Nettle, a scout brew with stinging nettle, served on a classical hand pull.
You like that?
Yeah.
I think you
Derek is the guy behind Bizarre Brewing.
So this is where all the magic happens, huh?
This is where it all happens. Yeah. I started homebrewing basically right when I turned 21. I was homebrewing for about 10 years before I started working professionally as a brewer. Every single part I'm in love with.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Last stop, but not least, where are we?
We're at Stew Brewing.
And why we're here?
because they're the people who are the science behind beer.
Can't wait. Let's go.
I would say making beer is easy, but making quality beer and beer that's reproducible, tastes the same, comes out the way you want it to be is the more difficult part. First, the appearance to the aroma, to the initial flavor, and then the finish of the beer is really important that they're all integrated. This state is a great one for making beer because we can get a lot of our ingredients locally. Yakima, just a couple hours away, is the world's largest hop producing area. I think one of our most award-winning beers is our porter.
There's something about this porter we wanted to continue making even though we were seeing porters disappear. We love to offer a broad array of traditional beer styles.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, cheers!
Thank you, Jose. The Washington Brewers Festival is this Saturday, 4 o'clock, Fisher Pavilion, Seattle Center, and yes, tickets are still available. Next, we head to a bistro in Georgetown. St. Brian takes us there for a little history lesson and some of the best bagels in the city.
I absolutely love it. I love being here. I love every moment I'm here. Doesn't mean I'm not tired when I get here at 4 in the morning, but I love doing it.
Marissa Figueroa discovered she had a talent for bagel making during the pandemic when the East Coast natives started making them as a hobby and then shared them with neighbors.
Next thing we knew, our Sunday morning bagel list was over 50 people long.
When time came to make the leap full-time, Marissa figured the perfect place to bloom was Georgetown, specifically in a 120-year-old building that once served as a roadside inn and grocery store. Today, it's a bustling bagel shop where neighbors come in for bacon and egg breakfast sandwiches. Middle Fork Coffee, roasted down the street in South Park, and the bistro's most popular offering.
Our rosemary sea salt is our signature bagel. I always say if we didn't make it, there'd be riots on the streets.
They're the best bagels that I've ever had in my life.
Bloom Bistro also serves as the neighborhood grocery store, especially for that most essential of needs.
The toilet paper. I asked, what do people want to see in their neighborhood community store? And I was shocked the number one answer was toilet paper. And so I said, okay, that's easy enough for me to do.
Because there are more ways to be a good neighbor than just serving great coffee and bagels.
Check out Bloom Bistro. They have just one hole in their schedule. They are closed Mondays. From bagels to brews, starting today, June 11th, the original Starbucks at Seattle's Pike Place Market is changing up its routine. Since 1971, this narrow storefront has only grown in popularity, creating long lines for visitors. But now they are starting to welcome in visitors with a renewed focus on the customer connection, slowing the experience down so you can take in all that the original location has to offer. You'll greet a Starbucks partner outside. You'll receive a check-in time to return. Go enjoy the Pike Place Market, and then you come back to immerse yourself in coffee at the place where it all started.
Still to come on the show, Steven Spielberg's back with another extraterrestrial movie, but is it worth the hype? We share a preview. And it's time to plan your weekend, what you can do out and about in Western Washington.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening from Pioneer Square, where the FIFA frenzy is building. A lot of soccer fans flying in from around the world. It is a spectacle. In fact, it's an exciting time for anybody traveling through SeaTac Airport. After months of construction, starting today, the brand new 145,000 square foot expansion of the Sea Concourse is open, located just outside the main terminal. The new space has beautiful tiered seating areas. On the upper floor, and you'll find an outdoor area where you can go out and watch the jets come and go. But most exciting of all is that the new food options are spectacular. So far, the new Chili's is drawing the most buzz, and it's now Western Washington's only location. Check it out next time you're at the airport. And movie fans, this weekend, one of the most anticipated sci-fi mystery thrillers is hitting the big screen. Steven Spielberg is back with Disclosure Day. A lot of revelations, a lot of twists, a lot of turns. Here's St. Brian with a no spoilers preview.
From Close Encounters to E.T.
I'm keeping him.
Steven Spielberg has long explored the mysteries beyond our world.
I'm completely certain we are not alone.
Now he's returning to familiar territory with Disclosure Day, an ambitious science fiction thriller built around a question that has fascinated generations.
This 79-year terror campaign of lies has to end.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. That truth will upend all established order across the entire world.
Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor star as two ordinary people in a race against time and shadowy government forces.
Is a story about two people who are connected by their past, but they don't know it, and they're being pulled together.
I love that Stephen doesn't use elite sort of action figures as his protagonists. That's quite a common theme, people in search of something. And they are very much in search of what they were made for in this world. And they're put through the ringer in this movie, this life or death race towards like uncovering the truth and those that believe it should remain concealed.
The movie's release comes as the Pentagon begins disclosing scores of UFO files, including footage of orbs, discs, and fireballs, with promises of more to come.
I mean, the government right now is releasing some very grainy and misty footage that doesn't really prove anything scientifically. But what they're saying is we're going to let the American public, determine what this is for themselves. And they're not coming out and saying this is what we have been interacting with or who we've been interacting with for the last 80 years. They're not saying that. That would be a true disclosure day. Our film is about a true disclosure day.
When the time is right, everything will become clear.
Emily says her own research has convinced her that people have had authentic experiences with beings not of this earth.
I do find it interesting that the common theme amongst every single person who's had an experience, whether it's a fighter pilot or a person on a farm, they have been non-violent, non-hostile interactions. So maybe that's a positive message.
Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
Thank you, Saint. Disclosure Day is rated PG-13, and Saint says it doesn't rank up there with E.T. or Close Encounters amongst Spielberg's best, but it will create some interesting conversations on the way home. All right, hey, if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, we've got you covered. Everything from tiny trains to big rugby players. It's out and about.
Take a tiny train in Skykomish starting June 13th. The volunteers at the Great Northern and Cascade Railway offer free mini train rides every Saturday through October. Ride takes about 10 minutes and includes a tunnel and some bridges. All aboard! We've got 3 national parks in Washington State, more than our fair share. Why not visit them for free on June 14th? The standard entrance fee is waived for U.S. residents on Flag Day this year. Fair warning, prepare for crowds. Alex Warren's Finding Family on the Road tour comes to Climate Pledge Arena June 13th. From homelessness to TikTok famous to a Best New Artist Grammy nomination, his career trajectory has been anything but ordinary. Bonus flashback with this show, Nat and Alex Wolff of Nickelodeon's The Naked Brothers Band fame will be joining him. No word on whether they'll play Crazy Car. The road to the Major League Rugby Championship now runs through Seattle. With a 33-19 victory over the California Legion during Pride Night, your Seattle Seawolves rugby team secured a playoff rugby game right here at home. Join them in their hunt for the Shield. They'll host the California Legion again for the semifinals on Sunday, June 14th at Starfire Stadium. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 p.m.
Best of luck to our Seawolves this Sunday. Maybe you didn't know they've already won 2 Major League Rugby championships. Let's go for the triple, boys.
Up next, how blood donations saved a Western Washington teen's life after he was diagnosed with cancer.
And welcome back to Evening from Pioneer Square on the new free fan zone. Soccer fans, this is your free viewing party. Every match, you can watch it right here. And speaking of celebrating living a little bit, a new Bloodworks Northwest Donor Center just opened up in Tacoma, expanding access to anybody who wants to help save lives. A single blood donation can save up to 3 lives. And here's a life that was saved.
I got diagnosed with leukemia, and being 16, you don't really know what that means.
The need for blood is constant, from trauma patients to those battling serious illness like cancer. For one young survivor, that need became very personal.
Found out about 98% of my blood was cancer.
Bowden Clark was a Peninsula High School athlete when he received his diagnosis.
Chemo kind of takes everything from you. I was in a hospital bed and I couldn't walk probably 5 feet, and I struggled counting to 10, so it definitely got really scary.
During chemo treatment, blood donations were the difference between life and death.
I needed blood to get out of bed because the cancer had killed so much of it, and so much of it had gone bad.
He went through 30 transfusions of blood and platelets.
Everybody needs blood, and you'd be surprised when you need it, and we have a national blood shortage.
The donation process itself is faster and more accessible than you might think. Bloodworks Northwest is working hard to be available in your local community.
The new donor center here in Tacoma is the 15th location for Bloodworks Northwest, and if you need further incentive to save lives, being a regular blood donor decreases your chance of a heart attack by more than 80%.
Opening up locations like this in areas that don't have kind of that ability or a place where people can donate, it's really massive, and it's doing a lot of good work.
A new donor center, a continuing need, and a simple way for anyone to help save lives.
You don't know really who you're going to save, but you're going to save somebody, and so that's really huge and really impactful.
After years of undergoing treatments, he's now in college and is back to doing what he loves, playing Division I lacrosse.
To be able to be given the opportunity to move forward and be able to fight back against the cancer that people provided me with their donations is really huge. It really works miracles, and so I'm greatly appreciative.
Bloodworks Northwest needs 1,000 blood donors to show up at donor centers like that one every single day, just to keep up with the demand at our local hospitals. It's powerful stuff. Check out bloodworksnw.org to find out how you can schedule your life-saving blood donation today. And fun fact, June 14th is World Blood Donor Day.
When evening returns, where your family can spend some quality time with baby alpacas. Evening is sponsored by Bloodworks Northwest.
Welcome back to Evening from Pioneer Square. We are in Occidental Park, where the FIFA frenzy is palpable. Soccer fans, they've got your viewing parties for World Cup right here, all of them for free. And now from free to furry, let's head to Auburn to Green Apple Alpacas. Make some new furry friends and get a taste of that farm living.
Packa, packa, packa. Betsy, come on, you want some treats? Coming in hot, huh?
The quickest way to a llama's heart is through carrots. That's just one of the things you learn on a visit to Green Apple Alpacas.
I'll pack a lunch, I'll pack on my bags.
A farm Candy Dodgerel started with her family about 5 years ago.
So people always think that alpacas and llamas are gonna spit on them. They don't spit on you unless you're doing something to them. They're usually just spitting on each other.
That's just how they communicate. That's the language of love.
Yes.
The farm is also home to a variety of birds, some ducks, some noisy geese, and a few retired show chickens.
Look at this beauty. This is Chicken Noodle.
You must visit the farm store for the alpaca socks, the wool paintings, and because you can take a little bit of your favorite alpaca home with you.
Feel Skippy's yarn. That's Skippy and Rosie mixed together.
Nice. This really looks like a happy life.
It is, it's a very happy life.
You can shop for some of that alpaca wool or any of the Green Apple products without leaving your home. Just check them out online. Hey, we've got some exciting news here at Evening. As you know, we've been sharing stories, the people, the places, the things that make Washington so wonderful and weird for 4 decades now, so we thought it's time for a refresh. Here's your hint as to what the refresh is all about. This video is a look back at the previous decades of the show. We'll share the big reveal on Monday, June 15th. If you have any guesses to what we're up to, what our big announcement is, head over to our social media and tell us what you think's going on. And how cool is it that one of the longest running local shows in America is right here in your backyard, and you keep us on the air. Thank you. Have a great night.